Internet, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back to the TypeQQ channel as we continue on with Shin Megami Tensei Synchronicity Prologue. I almost forgot. It's such a crazy name. I nearly, well, not nearly. I almost forgot. So we are continuing on our evil ways here. Onward and outward, as it were, onto the lava stage, which is the final level. Surprisingly, coming to the end of the game. When I first downloaded this game and when I first showed it, I was like, you know what? I bet there's going to be some people who are going to be interested in this game, so let's just show it off and call it there. But as it's always been that sort of good little backup game when we're not doing anything else, despite the fact we always have something to do. There we go, as we eat it there. I always found myself returning to it. When the pressure of once seeing a game was too much, or I felt something more on the filthy casual side of things. I always plugged this game in. I've got a lot of Isaac unlocked, and maybe, and I've tried commentary with Isaac to really no good. Even to my standards, I didn't think it was that great. So, this game always kind of felt like it was the perfect plan B, and I never really would have figured we would have come this far to the final level, but we have. So, with that, we carry on. Carry on with the sort of hellish level here. With the lava being a bit unforgiving, I mean, it's certainly teaching us that Jack Frost is not the character to use for this stage. Quite blatantly and clearly, however, we're fighting it as much as we can, despite the sort of like, heavy-handedness that we're an idiot and we shouldn't be doing it, and the 5-mile walk of shame that we have to trudge back through every time we're killed, because our Shigeshi no Tama is pretty well wasted when we're up to our ears in molten lava as well. But these sort of pylons, these sort of monoliths here, kind of indicate that, giving you certain areas to, or rather certain times to leap across. This one being particularly tricky, as you can see that the blue in the block that's kind of sliding horizontally there isn't necessarily linking up or syncing up very well. So we're quickly trying to kill the thing. However, Mabuhu does a lot of damage in a straight line directly in front of you, and that stupid little thing is just out of the way. You can kind of tell that we either need to line up the block coming close, or the damage, or the sort of laser coming. Going up in either ice or fire elementals, and it's just not really working out to our best. And there it is. That was probably even our best attempt there, and there we are, just melting away. So just as I was griping about this being like miserable level design, and how at the very least there should be a save point before the lava level, a little bit closer, just so you don't have to trudge through 5 miles of nonsense to get to it. I think we're going to start understanding that Jack-o'-lantern and his floating ability is probably going to be the way to go with this. As much as it's probably a bit more I don't want to say safe, but a bit more, a bit more assuring to make the leap yourself. floating from platform to platform, there we go, there's really no harm in it either. And you can see that there's a lot more wiggle room. You know, we do use the block, but yeah, you can see as we kind of fuck that up a little bit, you're still kind of floating, and you can kind of go back a square. Yeah, and we even kind of floated there for a minute waiting for the block to come back there as well. So, certainly, you know, lesson learned. We'll have to use Jack Frost to do special damage like that on the sort of pylons, but other than that, it's going to be Jack-o'-lantern. And this giant sort of fire dragon just roaming around as well. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out on him, just so we're not in his way and take a bunch of damage. However, he does take damage, so we never really actually spent the time to actually try to kill the thing, if at all possible. But maybe, you know, I bet it is. Although we've never really found ourselves like in dire need to level up. You know, we've never felt like we're too weak or too squishy to take on the challenges of the game. A little brass knuckle piece over there. However, we are saying beans to it. Oh shit. And that's exactly why you don't want to be in the dragon's way, as he pretty much chews up our, you know, 2/3 of our health gauge. You saw that. You can hurt the dragon, just not really with fire, as we just do 1 damage there. And missed the opportunity to hit him in the head with the ice attack. However, yeah. To what good it really would have done anyway, nobody knows. Yeah, okay. Little evil coffin dudes there. If they pull you into their coffin, you are just fucking dead, just outright killed. So certainly, guys, we need to really watch out for now. Now that our little there we go. Now that our sort of revive gem has been destroyed by the first one, we need to kind of get through here. Yeah, freezing them certainly helps. But also keeping a good distance so their sort of death grasp doesn't grab you and drag you into their coffin. And by Jesus, a safe point in this hellish landscape. So good, you know. Oh shit! Now we gotta face this jack off again. Almost forgot how to even work this guy. Although this sort of, you know, charge move and spam seems to still work with him. It doesn't look like he's like evolved any sort. He's just come to get his ass beat again. And actually a good time for him to show up, as well as the save point is right there. So we can kind of take advantage of kicking his ass and then going and saving the game and healing up right behind, you know, right after beating him. And there we go. And actually a level up as well, up to 13 now. Alright, so one would think he's finally deader than dead. So we can continue on. So we can pick up that sort of revive gem again if we so desire, which we do. We do have a lot of cash money, so hey, why not pick up a few. Five to be exact. And yeah, carry on, I guess. And always kind of vigilant of, you know, maybe a secret area somewhere, you know. And here we are with the starfish boss. So it looks like we're possibly in a sort of review stage where we have to face all the bosses we fought prior. Luckily, we've kind of figured out the pattern with this guy nowadays. He was pretty hard when we first were facing him, and we just tried to sort of blitz him down. And find this is probably one of, if not the only boss you really want to have a little patience with, because he will he'll, you know, if you're trying to play chicken with him or something, or, you know, he's going to beat you down. Do have the ice attack too to just kind of inflict a ton of damage in spots as well. Oh, we gotta get on that pillar quick. There we go. Easy enough. And I think that's gonna spell it right there. Done is done. It's surprising no one is this boss. It's sort of little gothic card girl, almost like an Alice in Wonderland type girl, with her playing cards and knights and all that other stuff. She was not very hard when we faced her the first time, and we're kind of keeping the same sort of strategy is the word I was looking for. However, the strategy we had in this point was we were kind of chunking her down with our ice special as well when we were taking damage like this, and not necessarily just getting in the corner and getting killed. But experimenting and using the air attack didn't necessarily work to our advantage. And actually, we have to stay away from those Iron Maidens as well. So, causing, or at least falling for some mistakes that we didn't in the first time. So, I suppose the one bad thing about beating the boss for the first time you see it is that you don't necessarily get the experience of familiarizing yourself with it. You just kind of get lucky and beat it the first time. But luckily, there's that. And we're going to go back to that saves point. I think where our life is at, where it's pretty low, and especially our MP, it's probably a good idea to just kind of go back and heal up and save our game. We don't have too many bosses left. We have maybe just that sort of elephant Cyclops guy. That might be it. And then who knows what may befall onto us after that. But I suppose if we've ever played a Mega Man game before, we know what to expect after a sort of review, the boss review stage. So we are kind of spending every last penny we have to kind of soak up on HP items, just in case. Just in case we have to fight Dr. Wily or Sigma or whatever happens, or whatever may come our way. Certainly a game of corridors, as we suspected this guy. However, we used Jack-o'-lantern for this guy. There we go. We're able to float above him and kind of mitigate a good amount of damage, considering he's also weak towards fire. If we really wanted to, we could change our skill to fire as well, but it doesn't look like we're going to have too much of an issue. As I say, before we take a giant sword attack to the head. Pretty decently timed special there, where he's sort of leaping into it. Alright, we need to get the shit out of there before... There we go with a level up, but we're also very close from dying yet again, so we're going back to save the game. As shitty as that sounds and how boring as that sounds, the tone of music and possibly that being the last boss that we know of that we've defeated in the past, being killed there, you know, maybe now would be the best time to kind of heal up. Now that things still seem to get pretty serious. There we go. Not that we have to worry about beating those bosses again, it's just now we don't ever have to worry about it. I guess the question is what takes longer? Running back and forth through all these halls and saving, or just killing the damn bosses? It is an interesting thing how they've made them all slightly different. You know, I suppose there's that item machine here where we could have used instead of the one we did use. And god damn it, the save healing spot there all the same. Okay, and there's a little secret area there. That just has one of those pieces of the brass ring there, a gold ring. There was another one we left behind. Oh, entering Quickman stage here with a... Oh, there is Black Frost. I suppose this is a final showdown to finally face this guy, who has the fire and ice ability, so it'll probably be something that we're going to have to sort of alternate, you know? Just kind of like we're trying right now. Exactly, there he is, shooting a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Choosing, however, to go with electricity here, particularly that special, can work pretty handy. And while you're Jack Frost with this sort of suit on, you still have your sort of ice immunity. Still means that you want to kind of switch off when you get those sort of ice boulders coming your way. Oh, kind of a mean bullet hell move there. And we really should be switching back and forth through characters and not being so lazy about it. You know, if there's just this one phase to him, we could say, okay, great, we kind of just rushed it and didn't have to worry about it. But when it comes to bosses and final bosses, we know it's never going to be like that. And I think maybe there we are, as we have to now face the big baddie, the big Bowser of Black Frost here. And we were probably a bit too reckless with our hit points there, so hoping that doesn't necessarily come back and come back to haunt us, but we'll see. As we're currently just running into the fire bullets. As you can see, you also when you block, you know, if you're, for example, Jack Frost blocking ice damage, it is absorbed into MP. So, you know, not only is it probably a good idea to be the right character when you're being shot by the right things, as we then now just get killed. You know, it works to your advantage when you're looking to use special attacks. So, you know, I suppose it's bound to happen when you're learning to, you know, face the boss. But yeah, there was some pretty sloppy, shitty play there, and you know, I think, you know, you can't really rush it. You can't really. You're not gonna spam the boss down. You're gonna have to at least try to swap between characters. You know. You know, you only have 2 characters. It's not like it's a wretched menu system of switching between multiple types of characters. You know, it's just those 2 linked on the B button, so it shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, that special is working out pretty well. However, looking to maybe spam down the first form, I'm hoping that's not really, that's the habit. Alright, there's the first form yet again. Using some of the muscle drinks to heal up. Experimenting with that Mazan attack, but it doesn't really necessarily look like it was a ton of damage. You can see the ice does no damage to him right there, so we're going to go with the electric again. Yeah, that's the way to do it there. You have to at least have some sort of effort of switching back and forth characters. You can see it's actually just playing right into our hand when it comes to our special gauge. You know, we don't necessarily even have to shoot and use our, you know, primary fire. We could just kind of be in the defense, soak up all his bullets, all his attacks, and then just, yeah, send that sort of yellow laser out. Yeah, that's pretty much all we have to do. Now the boss is down to maybe like 30% health. And yeah, we've kind of just all our offense is pretty much linked to that sort of scanning attack where we can kind of send that sort of yellow snake our way. Couple energy drinks there. And there it is. Yeah, just a little bit of effort of kind of alternating between Jack Frost and Jack-o'-lantern, and there it is, dead boss. Or maybe, maybe not. Unfortunately, I do not read Japanese script, so I can't be too certain, but he certainly doesn't look very healthy. Interesting thing here with sort of guinea pig guy. I guess he was Black Frost from the whole get-go, which is bizarre. I'm not sure what the storyline is with it, of course. But, he seemed to be, part of this world trying to get out with Jack Frost and Jack-o'-lantern. So maybe, I don't know, maybe this is just my guess, but maybe he sort of assumed the role of this big evil character to kind of help us get stronger and to help us, help him get out of the world, I guess. I'm not sure. But very bizarre to see him kind of be within Black Frost here. It seems like the characters have just as many questions as I do about it. Looks like we're kind of stuck here for now. Delivering the killing blow to our poor guinea pig friend. And there it is. The key to getting out of this sort of glitchy computer world, I suppose. If not for the characters, for the player character, I suppose. And maybe an equally confusing finale as well, or ending as well. Partially because, I'm an English reader and don't necessarily see what all the news is on the side here, but it looks like maybe some something that links with the Strange Journey game that's coming up, or at least some sort of resolution as the computer now is shutting down. And there it is, Shin Megami Tensei Synchronicity Prologue. It was a pretty fun game. I liked it quite a lot. Yeah. For just like, a few hours worth of play, was it 5 levels? 4 or 5 levels? Hey, can't complain too much. And very, very Mega Man at times, very, Metroid, Castlevania at times. But, yeah, it was a cool little adventure. And really, it's just another finale. December certainly is the last month of the year. We've certainly finished a lot of series this month as well. Cuphead, this game, of course, Xmas Shooting Scramble from last year we finally wrapped up. And we might even wrap up a couple more as the month is quite not over yet. But yeah, this is certainly an ending where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to go on a forum or someplace and have somebody explain to me the ending to this. But there we are. There's the Strange Journey suit. So I suppose it's all wrapping around to sort of a wrapping up to an advert to play it. The end. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for checking out the series with me. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And we'll certainly play some more games in the future.